Yes, let's talk about Predestination, which is one of 2 different time travel films coming out this week.
People are obsessed with time travel at the minute.
This is it's a bold swing and a miss for me. It's I think Predestination doesn't actually work, but I think it's admirable in what it's trying to do. It's based on a short story called All You Zombies by a writer called Robert A. Heinlein. He is best known for having written the novel that became Starship Troopers, which Paul Verhoeven gave this, incredibly ironic, funny, tongue-in-cheek gloss to. The original book of Starship Troopers is written totally straightforward. These are real heroes, crusading across the galaxy to kill bugs, and there's a kind of a lack of ironic distance there that kind of saved the film. This, in Predestination, again, it's been quite heavily interpreted and adapted by a couple of directors called the Spierig brothers from Australia. They did a film called Daybreakers in 2009, which was about a plague having turned the entire world into vampires, which was kind of not entirely successful, but very interesting. And I think Predestination is another one of these films. It stars Ethan Hawke as this time-travelling crime fighter who he's been tasked as part of this FBI-like setup to go and find this guy called the Fizzle Bomber, who is this terrorist who is, again, a time traveller. He has to catch up with him and defuse his bombs before they can go off and cause havoc around the world.
That's all you can say, basically.
That is pretty much
all you can say.
One day, his undercover job is that he's in a bar in New York in 1970. One day, a guy walks into the bar. This is the kind
a guy walks in a bar.
And starts talking to him about his very unusual life. It turns out the guy is a transsexual. He was born a woman, and he transitioned at a certain point in his life. We can't sort of say any more about it without giving the game away. Who then became a writer who posed as a woman in order to get material published, and whose life was kind of ruined by an encounter with this strange, mysterious guy when she was much younger and was still living as a woman. Ethan Hawke takes pity on him and says, OK, look, you can use my time-travelling kit, which is in the shape of a violin case with little twiddly bits on the top where you can set the date. We'll take this. While I'm off looking for the bomber, you can catch up with this guy that ruined your life and kill him. And what happens then is the film is kind of predicated on creating this kind of infinite feedback loop in time. So this kind of what's effectively totally self-contradictory and impossible to set up, but all the characters are stuck in this kind of cycle. And something that keeps coming up in the script is this idea of the Ouroboros, which is the Greek symbol of this image of a snake that eats its own tail and is kind of munching its way around itself forever. The film kind of tries to double back on itself like that. Now, Predestination is so committed in order to set up this feedback loop that actually there ends up not being any more to the film than that. I've heard it described as a must-see twice film. I don't agree with that at all. I think once you've seen it, once you've seen that trick pulled off, you don't necessarily need to see it done again, spelled out for you. Something that's worth saying is that the young actress Sarah Snook, an Australian actress, who plays the guy who walks into the bar, and also her younger female self.
She's great.
Is very good. And I like the idea as well of using a trans character to explore ideas of identity, in ways like All About My Mother, the Almodovar film, Boys Don't Cry as well. These are great films about the exploration of identity that have used trans characters to do that. So that's incredibly admirable and interesting. I just don't think it adds up to much more than a little kind of a camera trick.